Okay, so we're going to take a look at 3/4 and 7/8, and then I have a half in the middle just to see if that'll help us out. So we have fourths, halves, and eighths. The first one I wanted to see, we'll just make, that's a half. 3/4, 1, 2, 3. And then 7/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can see here that 7/8 is indeed more than 3/4. One of the more important things you have to do when you're dealing with fractions is to make sure your whole is the same. And what I mean by that is, oops, I didn't want to do that. If we look at this one right here, 7/8, and then we make it smaller, right? Now this looks like 3/4 is bigger than 7/8, but we want to make sure that our whole are the same, so then we can actually compare it. So while this whole is split up into 8 parts, this whole is split up into 4 parts, and this whole is split up into 2 parts, and then our numerator, that top number, tells us how many parts we're looking at. And so 7/8 indeed is more than 3/4. Okay, so now we have tenths versus eighths, and that's 4/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at that, it's the same thing as half. And then 5/10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, that's the same thing as half too. So those two fractions are equal. Now we're looking at fourths and twelfths. So, oops, let's not do that color. 2/4, and that's equal to half. And then we're looking at 5/12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is less than half. That's one of those things. So 2/4 is more than 5/6. The idea of half is super important. Super duper important. So if you got that one wrong, you are struggling with what half is. And using half as a benchmark. So that might be something we'll take a look at. All right, this last one is, here, maybe write this one out. I'll write this here. So we have 9/6, and we're comparing that to, I don't know. One and 2/6. So 9/6 will be in yellow, and then 1 and 2/6. So here I have a few bars, because this is one whole, so this is 6/6, and we're looking for 9/6. So that would be 1, 2, 3. And then with the green one, we have one whole, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2/6. 1, 2. So 9/6 is indeed greater than 1 and 2/6. So that whole concept, that 6 out of 6 is one whole. And once you remove that 6 out of 6 from this one and the other one, you have 3/6 and 2/6.